Welcome to part 32. So let's bring in the keyboard layer. Let me turn off the grid. And then with that selected, W, and then I want to move the pivot here to that level. So D, V, middle mouse, snap it here. Bring that down and V, snap it down here. Okay. So let's turn off the keyboard layer. I called it keyboard layer, or named it. Alright, so let's turn on the track mode switches layer. So we take this piece here, go to the edge mode, double click on that border edge. And then we hit Control E to do an extrusion, and then we move it here, and then just check that. So local translate Y. I'm just moving it here, and then first I snap it here, V snap it to that border here. Okay. So we have to move some vertices here. So this one needs to be here on V snap this level, the corresponding one as well. So let's grab both and bring them here to the right level there, and then move all those. Alright, let's just do an extrusion. Go to edge mode. Select those. Control D, select those edges. Control E. And then move it here in X. And then V snap it to this point here. So we have to just frame it on that. So on the side view, see, so this has to, sit a little lower. So let's go to object mode, and then hit the up arrow key to select the complete group, W. So let me check where the pivot sits of that group. So it's right on that plane. That's good. So I'm moving it in Y, and then V snap it to there, to that level. So it's exactly here where this edge loop is of that case geometry we just created. Okay, so let's switch over here to this side. We have to do the same work here. So select this vertex and move it here, snap it there, here. V-snap, and then do the same here with this little buddy. V-snap him here, and then again we go to edge mode. Select only the. So I'm now control to deselect all of those edges, and then move this here in X. Always have to look at the direction if it's X or Z. And then V snap it here, is it right? Oh, V snap it here. Okay. And then we do with that check something. Okay, Q, and the Q is a double click here on the border edge again. Let's Control deselect all of those edges. So we have only that left edge part here selected, so W, and then moving it just a bit so I know there's a gap. Just eyeballing it, so it's a small gap. somewhere. Something like that. Maybe a little bit more. All right. So let's go to the top view and then turn on the shading X-ray. Go back to turn that X-ray off again. Hit W. Plus on the keyboard to get this handle a little bit larger. I'm going with this. Okay, let me bring in a reference object. So let's create a cube and then move it here to the end. And then I'm putting the depth to 4.2 because that's what I measured. Okay. So let's grab all those vertices here at the end. Move them here in Z and then V, snap it to that reference cube I just created. Q on the keyboard, then I can delete that. Let's go to edge mode. And then I'm doing an extrusion, control E, W, and then move it down in Y, the extrusion, and then V snap it to this part, to this edge here, to that vertex. Okay, so let me check it out from here. Okay, so that I think that row of vertices here, so let me frame in on that. Let's move it here in X and then V snap it to the lower point here. It's hard to see for you why I'm doing this. So I'm having this thing right in front of me, and yeah, I think that's where it should go. So we do the same here on the corresponding side before I forget that. So go here, go to vertex, select this row, 2 rows of vertices, hit W, just hit F to frame in on that, and then again moving it here in X, and then V snap it here to that point right there. Okay, so let's go in here, go to edge mode, double click on that lower border edge, and then go to the top view, and then hit Control to deselect all of those edges here. So we only have the left row here and the corresponding one on the from this view right side. So let's do an extrusion, Control E and then W, and then move it down in Y, and then we snap it to that lower level of that other case geometry. And then we deselect this one, so Control and drag over it to deselect it. Hit F on the keyboard to frame in, zoom out and move it here in X, and then V snap it to that point. Do the same here on the corresponding side, so could go in here, go to vertex mode, select all this row of vertices down here, move it in is it X, and then V snap it to this point. Okay. So I'm not sure if I really want to combine the two cases here. I think I'm gonna try that. So because, yeah, you might want to smooth it or subdivide it later, and I mean this one is good to go. If I hit 3, Alt 5, so this is not a big deal, but connecting this, Alt 5, yeah. But that's a good start for the next part of the case, so I think I'm gonna pause this video and I'll be back.